So I had a couple of posts go viral on Reddit. This is not one of them, but it's a pretty interesting story to me, anyhow. And I'm going to go ahead and tell it in one take. I apologize ahead of time for clearing my throat. I have asthma, and for all the ums that I will be saying. This is the story about me getting shot in the back. I was, at the time, I was working at the Board of Trade. I was a runner. I was taking classes a couple of times a week at a Columbia College in Chicago. And I was bouncing. I was a bouncer on Russian Division on Friday and Saturday nights. And what else was I doing? I was doing karate about 4 nights a week, 3-4 nights a week, pretty regularly. Now, I was always chasing money, trying to make a little bit more. My cousin, a cousin of mine, had been repossessing cars, and he said, "Hey, I am making some bank." And back then, bank would have been, a couple $100, $200-300 in a night. Good stuff. I said, "I'm in. Let's do it." Literally, it was my very first night. I was assigned with another guy, and we were driving around. First, we were driving around. I'm trying to think. I brought my car to work. My cousin was driving my car. I was driving with the guy that I was assigned with. So anyway, we were on the west side of Chicago, and we happened to come across a car. It was a Caprice Classic. And anyhow, when you find a car, then you send messages letting other people know, "Hey, you found a car. We're going to grab this car." Back in these times, there were no tow trucks. Just pull up and pull it. This was done at night. This was about maybe 1 in the morning, maybe 2 in the morning, weekday. I don't remember what day. Well, anyhow, the gentleman that I was with, he was a seasoned pro. He gets into the car, used a Slim Jim, got into the car. When we get into the car, he has me hold a light so that he can hotwire the car. He also needed to brake the steering so that he could turn the tires. So anyhow, once he gets the car started, now, like I said, this was the west side of Chicago. Cars were parked, at least in this specific location, cars were parked almost bumper to bumper. There wasn't a lot of room for backing up and going forward. Well, he got the car started, although it kept stalling, but he got it started. And as soon as he got the car started, we heard gunfire. I looked to my right, and there was a gentleman, a gentleman who didn't want us in his car. He was coming down his stairs. He fired 2 warning shots. Now, I started getting out of the car, and this guy, because I was going to try and reason with this guy, but I guess probably not too good of an idea. Anyway, the guy that I was with was yelling at me, "Get in the car, shut the door." And this is what I did. So the gentleman that came out of his house, he was coming down the stairs. He was shooting. Well, he started shooting directly at the car. Now, I didn't have a weapon on me. The other gentleman did not have a weapon. The point was to get the car, sneak it away, and be done with it. Well, anyhow, he is firing. It turned out it was a 9mm, a Beretta, 17 rounds, 16 in the clip, I believe, and 1 in the chamber. I believe this is what I heard from the police later on. Anyhow, he is approaching the car, shooting at the car. He started across the street, though. And when he is getting closer, let me take that back. So he's shooting starting from almost his own stairs across the street. These are Chicago streets, so pretty narrow. He is directly shooting at us. Although maybe one or two bullets actually made it into the neighbor's house across the street, just past us, and that's the side that we were parked on, or well, his car was parked on. So anyway, he continues firing at us. The bullets are actually going through the car door. I can feel them going past my legs. I squat, or I curl up a little bit, trying to give him as small of a target as possible. And in the meantime, the guy that I am next to, the guy that is hot wiring the car, he is bumping into the car in front of him, bumping into the car in back, trying to make room to get out of this spot. The whole time, this guy coming at us, shooting, and the car is stalling out. The car stalls out, gunfire. He gets the car started again, rubbing the wires, gets the car started again, back and forth. By the time this gentleman unloaded, well, by the time he had shot, I don't know, maybe 14, 15, he was now upon us. The very last shot went through the back door, through the front seat where I was sitting on the passenger side holding the flashlight, went through the seat and hit me in the back. It was at this time, now let me say this. The whole time that this gentleman was shooting, he was holding the weapon up above at his shoulder level, out to the right of his body. So he wasn't holding it in front of him shooting. He was holding it to the right and about shoulder level shooting. So it wasn't exactly target practice. And I'm fortunate for that, because here I am telling the story. Well, anyhow, the last bullet hits me, and about that time, the guy that I was with had enough space to actually clear it, get out into the street, and take off. Now, we start going down the block, and he is, when I say he, the guy that I'm riding with, he's very nervous. He said, "Did you get shot?" I said, "No, I don't think so." Now, let me tell you, anyone that's been in a similar situation, maybe you've played sports and you've had maybe a broken bone or something, you don't really know it if your adrenaline is pumped. And my adrenaline was very high at this moment. Obviously, all these bullets flying past me. I didn't know. I actually thought the door hit me in the back. Well, he said, "You had to have been hit. There were too many bullets." I said, "Okay." I said, "My back hurts. I'll check." So I put my hand on my back, my lower back where I got shot, and I feel moisture. I pull my hand out. It's dripping with blood. I said, "Hey, I got shot." He really starts panicking. He starts driving very fast, and where we were at, it was, I don't know, it was kind of a not the best area. The first place he pulls up to was a veterinarian clinic, and obviously they they weren't in their office at 1 in the morning, 1:30 in the morning, whatever. So he gets back out on the road, and it's a main road. It's Division in Chicago, Division Street, so it's pretty busy street. Well, anyhow, not too many people out and about driving, but at the light, there is a police officer. So the guy I'm with nearly hits the police officer, drives really fast, slams on the brake, puts it apart, and he's lucky both of us didn't get shot and killed by jumping out of the car and approaching a police officer at a light like this. Well, anyway, the police officers were cool, calm, and collected, and understood the situation. They actually gave us an escort to the hospital. And at the hospital, we, basically they had to take care of my back, all kinds of fun stuff with that. As it turns out, I got shot in the back, but the bullet, and yes, I have a scar from it, 9mm, the bullet did not penetrate the back. What it gave me was, well, not just a scar, but it gave me a huge grapefruit size welt on my back. The emergency doctor, ER doctor, could not believe that the bullet did not penetrate. He was very surprised, said he had never seen that happen before, etc., whatever. So, as it turns out, this gentleman that shot me, he just thought we were stealing his car. If you know the whole scenario, where we were at and whatnot, and different things, you probably would guess that we wouldn't be stealing a car over there. But either way, he didn't know this. Not only did he not know this, he had made the payment 2 days before and caught up his car payment. So it wasn't supposed to be on the list. Yes, indeed. But it hadn't gone through. The paperwork hadn't gone through. It was still on the list for us. So we were chasing the car. So anyhow, the police went to this gentleman's house. First, they arrested him. Then they went back to the house and they told his little brother, "Hey, your brother wants you to give us the gun that he used." Little brother thinks he's doing the right thing, goes, grabs the gun, gives it to police. Now they have the weapon that was used. They have all the bullets, a bunch of bullets they found between in the car and around the car, etc. Pardon me. So anyway, I went to court for this over 3 years to basically testify against him. And he, the whole time he was sitting in Cook County Jail. And by the time court came around, I was done with this already, because first off, he thought we were really stealing his car. So I'm like, okay, I get it. Next off, they kept getting continuances. And so I had to keep coming to court, and there was no court, missing work, etc. Some point after a year and a half or so, I decided I'm just not going to court anymore. Well, I got stopped by the police for some kind of minor traffic infraction, and it was a suburban police officer. I can't remember where, Evanston or something. Well, anyhow, the officer told me, "You're lucky that it's on the weekend, because if it was during the week, I would have to take you to Cook County because you got a warrant out for your arrest." And I said, "What are you talking about? I have no idea about any warrants." He said, "Yes, failure to appear for court." Well, FAFO, I think you know what that means. Well, anyhow, if he would have arrested me, if he would have taken me to Cook County Jail, well, I would have been in the same jail that the guy who shot me was in at that time. Now, it's a big jail. I don't even know how many, probably thousands of people. Either way, it's not someplace that I would want to go and hang out. So finally, court comes around and he gets convicted. I want to say maybe 8 years. He did some time served. I don't know exactly the details of that. It was a long time ago. But that was my first and last night of repossessing cars. And that is the story of when I got shot in the back in Chicago. Thanks, guys.